Cancer, hey, how are you? It's Lisa. Hope everybody's doing all right. I'm here going to be doing a reading for the middle of the month of October 2022. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy it and you'll come back and see me again. And if you have been here before, I really do appreciate the support. It means a lot. All right, let's find out what we could tell Cancer for October 2022, the middle of the month. All right, we have the Four of Cups, the Tower, the Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Emperor. All right, we'll take a look at this, and then we'll clarify with another deck and pull a couple oracle cards at the end. All right, Cancer, let's see what goes on. Let's see. All right. Well, in this Four of Cups energy, this always feels to me like there's a little bit of disappointment that you're, maybe even bored with the situation. And I always think of it as, in whatever the situation is that, it's on your mind, you expected to get more than you did out of it. And when they finally did give it to you, now I don't know if this is in a relationship or a job or, any kind of life activity, really, that you didn't want it. See how they handed that little cup to you? You're like, no, thanks, mama. You weren't there. You didn't give it to me when I wanted it or when I deserved it. But now you're going to give it to me because it's like a pity cup. Yeah, that's what I call it, pity cup. And it's almost like you don't want it. You're like, nah, done, sorry. But now we have this Tower. Now this is something crumbling now. Something in your mind, something in your life. It just feels like things are crumbling. I mean, it could be something sudden. It could be a job, a relationship, whatever the situation would be. But it was quick and, there was like no warning sign about it. Maybe like even if you did have an inkling, you didn't feel like it was really going to happen. So when it did, you're like, what? It can also be something in your own mind, where, maybe you were brought up a certain way thinking that such and such and such, and then all of a sudden you find out it wasn't. And then you, almost like your whole mind is like, your insight's gone. You're like, you're still trying to figure out what happened, sort of. All right, so then we have the Six of Wands. This comes up as a fear, but like an anxiety. And the Six of Wands is a success. So I'm wondering, are you afraid of success? It's like, almost like you're like, you're being very, it's like, let's just say it's a job. And you're really good at it, and, you're making all the sales, or you're doing something, but do you have a fear of success? And that's why it comes up as like an anxiety thing. Like you don't, like, is there a reason why you wouldn't want to succeed? Because the way I'm trying to think of with this, when we clarify, it'll probably clear itself up. But so I feel like if it's somehow linked, like with the Tower and the fear of success, or recognition. You don't want anybody to recognize your accomplishments? Let's see. Now we do have this Page of Pentacles energy. And this is you have like an opportunity coming out to you. Maybe you're going back to school. I always think of him as like a little student. Like maybe you're going back to school, maybe you're taking online classes, maybe you're learning something on the job that you're on. Because maybe you have to get some skills developed, that you have to develop some skills to be able to accomplish whatever it is that you're planning on. And then this is the Three of Wands. This is what's not going for you. It's like what's actually going against you. So the only way I could look at this one right now is if you've ever seen the original, from the traditional deck, the Rider-Waite, sorry, the Two of Wands, he hasn't left the castle yet, so he's just, been planning and thinking things out, making lists and deciding how he's going to go about things. And this one is where your ships are coming in, that there's so much out there as far as in whatever the situation is, and you're ready to go get it. You're ready to go explore it and almost like to make a dent. Yeah, almost like you want to make a dent. You want to do something that's going to get you recognized, but you're nervous about doing that. So I don't know what this, so far, I don't really know what this is, but I wonder, was this a job that, you thought you were doing, a good job and you knew you should have got a lot of recognition for it, but you didn't. And so maybe you quit, or maybe, it closed or something happened. So when you decide to go out and, find out what you could do, you get what you need to get to be able to get into a position where you can grab a hold of something, and say, yeah, I could do this. But you were maybe you were just a little gun shy. You weren't sure if you could do it. So maybe it might not even be that you didn't want to be recognized. Maybe you weren't sure you were going to be able to be acknowledged for whatever it is. Okay, makes a little more sense. And then we got the Emperor. Now this dude's this is an outcome. This is you being, having the authority and being able to, make life's choices and, make the hard decisions. And feeling very confident. It's confidence and it's authority and strength. And being able to, do what you have to do to make things get done. Very nice. All right. Let's clarify with another deck. And what do we got for the Four of Cups for Cancer, right? Four of Cups for Cancer. Hello. Got Strength and the Emperor again. All right, so whatever's coming up, you have the willpower, you have the strength of mind, and you know how to make these decisions. You know what your strengths are, basically, and you could be an authority and you could handle things. Now, I don't know if you were maybe, if this is a job, if you were the manager or the supervisor or whatever your position was, but it was definitely a position of authority. And again, it could be in your social life or your home life. Could be like that too, But take it as it resonates. What about this Tower? Okay. Apparently, whatever the situation was, you decided that, yeah, I put a lot of effort into it, a lot of time, a lot of energy. You had your feelings wrapped up in it. But maybe it was causing you an extreme amount of stress and anxiety. It didn't seem like it was worth it anymore. You know what? I gotta go get my nails done. Ugh. Didn't seem like it was worth it anymore. So it was. Now, did you leave? Or did something happen to the job? Or whatever it is. Did something happen to it, even though with all the effort that you put into it and all the time? Either it was causing you a certain amount of, pain and anxiety, or was it over? Yeah, did you decide to leave because of it, or did it being over cause the stress and anxiety. Let's see about the Six of Wands. The High Priestess and the Justice. All right. Well, High Priestess, her energy is all about intuition, seeing the unseen. So you're going within to figure out what it is, maybe about why you are so afraid to be noticed. And is there something about it not being fair? You want it to be just. You want it to be balanced. What don't you want to be noticed for? But she has the energy of seeing what's hidden, and not being able to see that. So you're going within. You're looking for guidance to find out what is your issue about being noticed for something, being recognized for something. Now this Justice is interesting because it's like, all right, we all want fairness, we all want things to be just, and justice is like that. If you screwed something up, you're going to get it, you know what I mean? It's going to come out to you. It's almost like a karmic thing, but are you looking at something in regards to that to see what's not being acknowledged? Is it something that's not being acknowledged? Not necessarily you. Is there a situation that's not being acknowledged that you're in? It could be, maybe you do have a situation in the courts, or, in a life situation, like whatever went on with this. Was it something that was not being acknowledged and it wasn't fair? Interesting. So what about this Page of Pentacles? Like, did the job end unfairly? And now you're trying to figure out why it wasn't acknowledged? And you got the Six of Swords and the Judgment. So, all right, you're moving away from choppy waters. So I guess this was pretty much choppy. And with the Judgment, you're reviewing decisions that you made. Now, it could have been decisions in regards to whatever this was. And you're thinking in your head, well, what could I have done differently? Did it have to be like that? Could I have made it a different situation? So it's all about, if I chose to move away from this and I was looking for a new opportunity, but is that insight coming to you thinking, well, if I would have done it this way or that way, it would have been better. Maybe I could have, if it comes up again, I'm not going to do it that way. Huh. So what about this Three of Wands? All right, you got the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Staffs. This could be somebody in your environment. Queen of Staffs is, just very energetic and courageous and confident, male or female, independent, multitasking. And you might be going to them and they'll show you all the options and choices that you have. Or is that your characteristics when you're looking for all the different options and choices? Because for whatever reason, something wasn't acknowledged. Okay, something wasn't acknowledged. It wasn't fair. You're trying to see why, maybe. Then you had to move away from that situation. Then you sat hard, because maybe with all the intuition that you got from the High Priestess energy, and you were going into that and saying, well, why did that happen? And what could I have done to change it? And I think then at that point, you were able to move away from that situation. So then you came over and had this Three of Wands, realizing there's all these options and all these choices. And this could have been you being, confident and independent and yay, Queen of Staffs, male or female. Or it could have been somebody that you were actually, was in your environment helping you out. So what about this Emperor? This is actually kind of cool. Cancer. I like it. Oops. Oh, goodness. Queen of Cups. And the Six of Cups. Alright, now it looks like in the outcome, it might be where you're thinking, alright, maybe you're thinking about touching base with friends that you haven't seen for a while, or you're even thinking about your family, or when you grew up and how things went when you were growing up. And Queen of Cups energy, she's very nurturing and helpful and loving. And I feel like you are actually maybe even taking a minute to go back and think about, your family and what you were like growing up. And I wonder if this Three of Wands energy with this Queen of Staffs wasn't from somebody from your past, or from somebody that you knew, and that pushed you along a little bit. I keep saying it like it happened already. It did not. But all right, let's see if we can find out with this moon. Now I'm doing this, and it's like actually the night before the full moon. Oops. But it's going to be in Pisces, I think. Yeah. Yep. Luck is on your side. Okay. And that one is the new moon in Sagittarius. And pull a couple of these. What is Cancer's energy around the reading? Reflection. Well, that makes sense. And sweetness. I think, now the reflection, obviously, when you weren't backed, when you had all that insight going on with the judgment about what could have changed, did it have to come out that way, could it have been better? Sweetness, I think I'd looked that up before, but if you want to hang with me for a second, I'll find it. Because it's like, don't fixate on the things that are not good, and just think about what's good. Okay. This card is a signal to savor the sweet moments in life and to remember them when things get rough. The small things in life are often the sweetest, but they easily go unnoticed. Sweetness is always there if you look for it. Okay, so even if there's a little rough patch, like, and, takes a little while to, pick yourself up after a tower moment, but hopefully it'll turn out all right. All right, Cancer, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment if it resonates. I'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks or something like that. All right, guys, thank you.